Hello everyone. So we're just here in Dorset in the middle of the forest on a Bushcraft level 2 course with a company called Wild Way. So this is just an introduction to the video and experiences that we've gained, and we'll be sharing them in this video. Thank you.
So yesterday I spent 2 hours getting to here, then we've travelled another 5.5 hours to this amazingly beautiful wood. And first thing I had to do was gut a partridge. But in respect, I was eating the bird as well. But I've never done anything like that before, and I've got a pet bird. So that was tough, like. But,
well, everyone's got their own tools and what they think they need for survival. You know
Yeah.
I mean, I would never turn to things like that in my desperate times, because personally I turn to spirit, you know what I mean, for my guidance, and know that I'd be guided to some sort of plant, or that's just the way my heart seems to feel about the situation, where obviously I understand why people want the skills of being able to, you know, game animals or cook them, capture them.
what did you feel like when it was happening? When you were seeing it?
I just felt like I'm an alien or something, because I was the odd one out, but so like unaffected in my energy. Nothing's going to shake the way I feel about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But not projecting it on people, just everyone's got their own choices, and that's, you know, there was non-judgment really. But my heart's just like, no, I wouldn't do that. But, you know, everyone's got to do what they see fit to do, what they feel they need in times of crisis, man.
Learned a lot actually, though, being here. Quite an interesting night though, I thought. So we're not sharing a tent, we're sharing basically just a canopy, innit? A tarpaulin. Yeah. So you're in the open air.
Well, you're just covered from shelter, but you're open, aren't you?
You're open, yeah.
A couple of bugs and things.
We're filming under this yew tree, and we were told earlier on about something like people have had bonkers dreams in the past if they've camped in this area.
Yeah, they're very sacred, they use.
Yeah. They're
very sacred. A lot of church gardens and stuff, they said, but these were saying like in a negative way, but I didn't get no negativity. Yeah, I'm leaning against it now. I don't have no negative feelings at all. If anything, just a sacredness.
I definitely didn't have any negative dreams. It was a journey. I know I was on some kind of wild journey.
Yeah.
It was long. The night was long, really long.
Yeah, I kind of dream like that a lot, but last night I did dream like that, but not negative for me, but maybe it's an amplifier of what's inside, who knows?
Who knows? I certainly didn't feel any negativity through the night. I think there was a couple of bugs swarming around my head at some point in the night, but I think that was the only thing. Then we had a bit of rainfall, but there was certainly no negativity there.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
the rain was beautiful. And yeah, I had the bugs. I didn't sleep in the sleeping blanket because I like to be free.
I was like that, mate. You could only see my head zipped up.
I just used it as a blanket on top. I had a couple of bugs. I was connected with the earth. I had my hands on the earth a lot through the night, just to connect to Mother Nature really. And when the rain started, early hours, and then first thing in the morning, just the birds, just peaceful, man, just beautiful.
There's something about it being out in around the trees, just surrounded by trees, though, wasn't there? It's It is peaceful and fresh.
Well,
The air's different.
The air's definitely fresher, but there's definitely a layer of there's a layer of like nurturing going on. I feel very nurtured when I'm in these sort of settings. It's almost like the trees comfort you, or not just the trees, just the spirit of the place comforts you, man.
You enjoyed your first night then?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was on the cacao burn night, so.
Yeah, you had the cacao last night, didn't you? And today I thought was interesting. The foraging thing blew my mind. I mean, not that I'm ignorant to the fact that there's so many different species of plants and and you've got to be careful, but it opened my mind up a little bit more to what's possible in survival, or not even survival, just the fact that nature's providing so much amazing. Everything's there for you, isn't it? So, when he was talking about sort of the brambles and stuff, and what the goodness from even the leaves and the flowers, depending on what's needed, health-wise, I thought that was really, good knowledge, good simple knowledge to have that I'd never heard. And I'm nearly 50 and I'd never heard that before. So there's a lot to learn, but I thought it was too much information as well. You couldn't take it all in. There's so much.
I've been doing the foraging, haven't I, a little bit, and it's if you can learn one thing every time and really keep that thing, because if you're getting told 50 plants, this does that, that does this, stay away from that. Just like whatever, just let me just stick to this. I know that's a wild strawberry. Yeah. Tick for today. Next time I'll learn one more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way my brain works anyway.
I think what I learned as well is to be absolutely sure before you put it in your mouth, basically.
Yeah,
knowing what you're actually sticking in your mouth is really important.
That's the advice they give, because there's a lot of poison and stuff, but again, I don't work like that. I'm just a bit. I've been eating plants without knowing what they was, and I've got a curious personality like that. I'm kind of like, you know what, if that's how I'm meant to go out. But I don't feel like it is, you know what I mean? I'll have a little nibble on a few things and see.
Yeah.
But I think on the courses they do push the safety, because obviously they don't want to be responsible for someone getting poisoned. And
no, of course not. No.
That's why I think on this one they're not even offering any advice about edible mushrooms and that, because there's that many poisonous ones. It's just a rabbit hole they're not willing to go down. But me personally, like if you put me in a survival situation, I'm going to be taking my chances munching a bloody mushroom than I am munching on a deer. You know what I mean? But that's me personally, like, because the sentient beings aren't like, it's just not the way my heart works at this stage, you know what I mean?
No.
And that's not judging anyone, but I'd turn to the fungus and
I get that.
And the plants.
I totally get that. It's a conflict of mine. I am a meat eater and it's a conflict of mine. And when they had the trout today and I had to do that. I didn't have to do it, but I did that, and then I ate the trout. But then they pulled the deer out. My heart sank at first, you know what I mean? But I thought, well, I'm here. And again, I just felt I've got to respect this situation as well.
It's an experience, isn't it?
It is. It's not something that I would gleefully do again, though. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
there.
You know what makes me laugh, the way spirit works, and I didn't even know about it.
No, I left you asleep, man.
So I had my little nap, woke up and you should be doing what you should do.
Yeah.
It's like spirit was like, you know what, you're not ready to see that stuff.
No, I made sure that I won't come into the tent whilst it was still happening,
You get your head down, mate, and we'll wake you up when it's over. I think that's how it kind of works. I was off in fairyland dreaming away.
So when you booked the course, why this kind of course, you know, for, you know, regarding us doing it? You know, obviously we're putting together this wellness centre in Liverpool. You know, there must be good reason for you to. There's a number of courses. I mean, obviously foraging and this, you know, they're quite closely linked, really, aren't they? Is there a reason in your heart of why you want to?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little bit.
There's a robin there. There's a robin.
Caught my attention for a second. I always, my energy is, I feed the birds a lot. I don't know if I've told you. They let me know where my energy is at. If I go to the parks or the woods, the little birds let me know where I'm at in my energy. Because if I sit, sometimes they'll stay away from me and I know, okay, you're not in a good place. But if they come to me and they come and sit by me, or they're thinking, okay, you're in a good place, brother. But yeah, why this course?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the system's not right, is it? The system's not right, and people are learning that at different stages in their life. And for me, I'm heading towards community. I'm heading towards more control, self-reliance on me personally, for one, but then the community in my life, for two, like, not on some external system, not on some external person who don't want. Yeah, I'll tell you a little weird thing. It's like, I've had to, from my background, I've had to have people in my life who aren't my energy, but they've got a skill I haven't got. So, for example, that's a tiler. Well, I don't know another tiler who's kind of like similar to the way I am, so I might have to bring a person into my life who I don't resonate with.
Yeah. And that's cost you though, hasn't it?
For that skill, and you know, it's burnt me a lot. I've had conflict, I've lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just, you know, people are who they are, and everyone makes their own choices, but I'm trying to build a life where I don't have to have a fragmented energy.
Yeah.
Because I'm dealing with all crazy different energies. I just want to have, no, this is my energy, this is Mark, and then the people around me will kind of be similar, not the same, but similar energy. And then I don't have to be so pulled from, like now, in a safe place of the safe energy, a softness, a calmness, to a stimulated, pushy, different energy. It becomes an inner conflict.
But it's avoiding that resistance as well, isn't it? Because there's a resistance to working with people that have stung you in the past. Because you feel that, don't you? And you want to pull away from that. So you can become more self-sufficient by learning new skills. And
it's taking the power back. So you don't have to externalize and rely on other people.
Yeah.
So I'd like to, you know, in the next 5 years or something, have a community of a nice energy that between us have the skill set that we don't need anyone or anything else.
Yeah.
And that would be a lovely dream of mine.
Well, it started with the foraging anyway. Because
yeah, I've always been connected to the forest for a long time. For a long, long time. Just right as my daughter was born, I got a connection with the forest, and it's a little bit deep, the story, so I'll tell that another time.
Yeah.
But the foraging's, it's not, the information of it's new to me. The information and what they're teaching me, it's new, but the inner understanding is not new at all. It's part of who I am.
Yeah.
I've always messed with stuff like this, forest, herbs, like, it is part of my
your being,
essence, would you say? You know what I mean? But yeah, basically the course is about instead of paying people, whether it be a builder, a system, you know, a shop, whatever it is, trying to build skills. I'd rather be able to do something at 2 out of 10 than pay someone constantly for the rest of my life. Because at least I can grow and get better as I'm doing stuff. Not just me, the people around. You know, the wisdom doesn't get passed down anymore.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know how to use a sewing machine. Maybe that wouldn't be my role anyway, because I'm a masculine. But if something rips, I've got to go and buy a new pair of pants.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been like that back in the day.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No. Well, you can go back to when I was growing up as a kid. You know, you didn't. My jeans were full of patches, and my mum would be sewing them up. You know, it was. But now it's a different world, isn't it? It's different. People will just change that trouser now, and they'll replace it.
I don't know how to do no handyman work. I don't know how to set a tent up unless it's a really basic thing. I mean, I don't know how to set these tarps up, but I've learnt a few things today. The ropes tying, and how to tie a decent knot that can quick release now.
Yeah.
That's coming on this. I've been doing a bit of foraging. I'm starting to build up my catalogue with the foraging. You don't know what you don't know.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
So the plan is to learn the stuff that I feel is going to be valuable for the lifestyle I'm trying to build for myself.
Good for you, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Good
And if that can ripple out onto anyone else who wants similar lifestyle or a similar vision, then good. You know, I'm here to help. But I'm more after money, and I'm not against money. Money's good, it's a good tool. But I'm not trying to build that source of success. I've been there, I've done that. I'm trying to build a lifestyle that I like, that can fulfill me in ways that having all these material things just doesn't. I'm not going into the lack mentality, because
no, you don't need
abundance is abundance, man. But you know,
used correctly though.
What's real abundance? Real abundance is needing nothing.
That's true, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. And it's funny, when you're out here, you don't need a lot, do you? You know, if you've got the knowledge, you don't need a lot, do you? You know what I mean? With all the pieces here, isn't it? If you can know how to live off the land, that's pretty free, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, it might be a bit too far detached as well, but it's good to be able to dip in at your own. I see this stuff as a safety net. It's a healing when the other dimensions, the other worlds, would you say? Because this is a different world compared to the city. You're going to work, you're doing it. This is a different world. You're sitting in the woods, buddy. It's slower. There's nothing else to worry about apart from your food and your warmth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You haven't got a big to-do list to get through. It's a different world. But being able to dip into these worlds when the other world's getting too much, being able to come to the place like the forest and being able to hold your own, and it's a safety net for people. It's like, look, you don't need all that. Worst case scenario, you can go and set up a tent and live in the forest and you know how to survive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go into fear if there was a event on the planet that put everyone into chaos. What would I do? Get a tent and go to the forest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's, it mightn't come to that because obviously the plans to go off grid.
Yeah, it's part of the plan, yeah.
But having look, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, yeah. But here's how I'm going to explain it in my little weird ways I do. If someone's being a bit aggressive in a group. If you can handle yourself, that won't even affect you. That won't, because if you know you could just deal with this person in an easy way, when they're doing what they're doing, it's not going to affect your nervous system.
No.
You're not going to go into panic. Now, if you can't handle yourself, you might get a bit uneasy, you know what I mean, in the nervous system. And that's all I see with this stuff, is like, when the rest of the world's crumbling and panicking, if you've got the skills, you're not going to panic. You're just going to stay calm and do your thing.
I like it, Mark.
It's all about the regulation of your own energy, not like the world around you can crumble. There can be chaos, and something I've learnt in my chaos, and I'm still learning, is to become the calm in the storm. So the world can do what it's doing, but that's the world. I'm responsible for my energy and how I'm showing up.
Well, you create your reality, don't you?
So things like this is just the path towards that.
Love it.
Yeah, Mum.
Love it.